Hey, everybody, it's your boy John, and I've got a week that's pretty busy here today. So I'm going to be doing the old school off screen for at least today, maybe tomorrow too. I'm hoping I can get set back up by Wednesday and get our videos going back like normal for you guys. But for now, you're just going to look at my books and a couple tweets as we go over those from the mainstream comic book industry. This is my web store, delarose.com, and I've got all of my comic books on here. So if you are looking for something independent, something different from Marvel and DC, something away from their woke nonsense, this would be a great spot to start. I write really, really good books. I think Overmind's a wonderful spot for you to start reading my work. Cosmic Warrior is really good. Flying Sparks, you can see I did 5 volumes and a companion volume for a really epic superhero tale like they used to do. All of it's solid, and I'm very proud of all of our work. Even people who are like detractors, like when they actually read the book, they leave pretty positive reviews. So I'm pretty happy about that. And thank you everybody who's been reading the books. This supports the channel and everything we do here. Check things out and support independent comics. That's what we're here to do. And we appreciate you for being there. Those links are in the description below if you want to check these out. And we have a Subscribe Star as well. It's kind of like a Patreon alternative. Been banned from Patreon for hate speech, of course. I have people mass reporting me on every platform, including here all the time. Hello to the detractors from last week. How you doing? And we're still here. And if wherever we get banned, we just go somewhere else. So Subscribe Star's it, and they've been very good to us. So I would appreciate you being there too. It helps us with our reporting and all that, keeping the fandom pulse alive. And thank you guys again for the support. So here's what happened this over the weekend here. This is Greg Smallwood. Now, Greg Smallwood is an excellent artist. He worked on Moon Knight with Jeff Lemire. And I don't love the later Moon Knight stuff. Ever since Bendis took the character and decided he was crazy and made it into this like psychological weird thing. Not my favorite. But Greg Smallwood's art on the matter after Bendis, which was Lemire, was wonderful. He is a great artist. Fantastic work all the way around. And he posted something really cool. And I was very excited watching this because it's the first time I've seen somebody really in mainstream work push back against the Whisper Network. And this is exactly what's happening. So he posted regarding Ed Piskor, and he said, "I've had some time to think about this. My stance is I'm tired of the mean and nasty holding a monopoly on boldness." And that's exactly what it is. Like Alex De Campi, all of them, Mark Waid, they just hold a monopoly on boldness. They're very bold in their stances on just being able to just blacklist whoever the hell they want at any time from the industry. And it's because nobody ever pushes back. They've been allowed to get into these positions of clout in the industry to where they dictate everything. They've got their little fiefdom, and that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. Their little clout fiefdom. They're not even making money. Let's be honest. These people in comics don't even really make money for the most part. It's just about clout in a little industry. It's ridiculous. And I love it when people say, "Oh, you're just covering this to make money." I'm covering this because I care about the culture war. Like, comic books are not a spot to make money. I've got investments for that, and they do way better. So let me tell you that. It's ridiculous when the things people come up with. If you had a hand in the bullying of Ed Piskor and are unrepentant, I will not work with you or associate with you, and I will actively discourage others from doing so. I believe strongly in forgiveness, so I'm satisfied with a simple public apology. Not, "I'm sorry that happened, but I'm sorry I had a hand in it." This industry likes to hold people accountable, but we're never clear the terms or atonement. These are my personal terms. This is really interesting. And I always talk about the SJW kind of mantra. And the reason that cancel culture and the SJW swarm works, if you have not read SJW's Always Lie by Vox Day, I mean, this is a textbook thing. You never run away. You never apologize. You never do any of this to these people, because if you do, it doesn't matter. And Greg's going to get into this in a second, because he'll talk specifically in a quote tweet to a member of the Whisper Network, a guy who goes at me super hard all the time, and we'll get to that. But when they swarm, you're going to be alone. You're going to be hit, and that's it. There are no clear terms or atonement, as Greg Smallwood says. And so he's very clear, like, this is what it has to be. And otherwise, if you're a part of this Whisper Network mob, I'm just out. And that's excellent. I love seeing somebody stand up in the business to these people like this. It's fantastic. Now, he was this Liam McGuire guy is a real woke nightmare. He's a they. Oh, I'm sorry, Liam. They them, not he. They is one of those clout people with the Looper. Lynn Looper is an SJW sort of deal, and he just goes at me. I made a shit post about Star Trek over the weekend, and he launched a mob on me over that. So it's part of the Whisper Network, and he's been a part of pushing these people trying to harass me and trying to get me to Minecraft myself all last week. So thank you for that, Liam. You didn't do anything, by the way. It didn't work because I don't care, and your clout structures mean nothing to me, and they apparently mean nothing to Greg Smallwood, because he has talent, and if you have talent, you can. You don't have to worry about these structures. And he says, I'm done pretending that an apology or atonement gets you anywhere with these people. Tell me, Liam, did an apology change Warren Ellis's circumstances? Now, Warren Ellis was exchanging spicy DMs with the Suicide Girls back in the day. And that's like a softcore porn website for like goth people like in the early 2000s. I stayed away from that crap because it's crap. But that's, Warren Ellis, presumably not really a Christian guy. And so he was DMing with it, and she didn't like it later and said he abused his power. Well, he got canceled, and he never came back from it. How about Jason Latour? Similar circumstance. Cameron Stewart was allegedly flirted with somebody at a convention, which I don't even know whether that was true or not. And we tried to get Cameron to work the other day, but he's skittish, and he was canceled by these people, and he has a beautiful art, and so that's it. Brian Wood was one of the first to get canceled by these people. None of these people ever were able to come back, and that's what Greg Smallwood's saying. There is no forgiveness with the SJWs. It's just destroy a person, and that's it. And that's the difference between, and the thing is, because they're not a Christian culture, they're an anti-Christian culture. So if you look at what Satanism produces, there is no forgiveness. It's just hell forever. That is what their culture is. That's what they want. So the difference is, and this is, people always say, why do you associate with this person or that person, JDA? They do that to me all the time, and I'm just like, well, I give people the benefit of the doubt 100% of the time. And I do that because, again, that's the Christian thing to do. We try to be charitable towards people, and that's what makes us different than the people of this world. So very good stuff, and really, really intelligent point there by Greg Smallwood. He says, your solution seems to be eternal banishment. Like I said, it's hell. Ed Piskor knew this because he had 10 years of history to look at as evidence. That's right. Let's stop gesturing and grand gesture. Get very specific. Someone says, next time a woman says this man hit on me as a teenager, here are the DMs. How would you like people to respond? This is very interesting because, this is what looked like it happened. And I actually had a few women come forward to me in DM thanking me for my coverage and telling me that there were more. So these things happened. Now, again, these DMs and all this, does it mean lose a career forever? It shouldn't. That is overboard. But that's what happens in comics, and that's Greg Smallwood's point. When Ed was accused, I saw multiple pros call him Ed Piskor, poke fun at his looks, speak with glee about how they always knew he was a creep. His art show was canceled. He lost a publisher. Jim Rugg was pressured into making a statement. And that's probably the real spot that was the killer for him. Was Jim Rugg just abandoned him and said he's no longer going to have a professional association with him. Very sad. This all occurred within a matter of days before we got to hear from Ed himself. If you think that was an acceptable way to handle this situation, I'm afraid you and I will never be able to have this discussion. Very smart by Greg Smallwood. He's like the adult in the room here. Really appreciate somebody in the comic industry actually saying stuff like this, and really appreciate the point that, yes, SJWs have no forgiveness. This is what they do, and this is why we have to take back comic books and video games and movies and books from these people, because this is what they do every single time. They just cancel someone, and they don't even care what they cancel them over. And then there's never any way for you to even show up in public and just go to a convention and hang out and sell your books without being harassed for the rest of your life. And that is SJW culture exactly. And that's what Liam McGuire perpetuates here. That's what Alex De Campi perpetuates here. That is what Daryl Ayo, the kill shot guy, perpetuates. That is what Mark Waid perpetuates. It's a culture of hate. It's a culture of fear. And that is why we fight. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.